Well done, everybody, for braving the dark skies and the rain and the cold again today. So give yourselves a round of applause for doing that day after day. Fantastic. So I'm from a group called Disabled People Against Cuts, and we came into being 13 years ago outside the first Tory coalition conference when they got back into government. And many disabled people pretty much knew what was coming down the pipe when we saw the plans for austerity, and we knew we were going to be in the front line of those cuts. So we decided to position ourselves in the front line of the pushback against those cuts as well. And it's continued ever since. Through COVID and now through the cost of living crisis, we are seeing disabled people once again bearing the brunt of poverty, of the loss of services, and of shaping the narrative of this deserving and undeserving poor. And at no point in the last 13 years have disabled people accepted these attacks or accepted their fate. Whether it was when we were storming the House of Commons floor during PMQs in this building over here, if it was when we built a protest camp at this building over here on this side to take our message, or when it was when we occupied the DWP over here behind. We have been there and we have been central to the fight back every single step of the way. And we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to shape this struggle as we go forward, because whether it is making sure that we are out here on the streets talking about the impact of the energy companies dipping into the pockets of disabled people on benefits and taking up to 25% of their benefits before it even goes into the bank because they can't afford to keep their homes warm. Whether it is making sure that our cities are emissions free in a way that is practical and usable for disabled people, or whether it is representing our brothers and sisters around the world who are at the forefront of the climate injustice. We are going to make sure that we are acknowledging that it is a twin crisis we face, that of climate breakdown and social breakdown in our daily lives. So our experience as activists is that disabled people bear the brunt of these attacks mostly front and center all the time. But that doesn't mean that we're victims. Actually, we are going to continue to fight back, and the propagation of organised disabled people, whether it be XR Disabled Rebels, whether it's the London Renters Union Disabled Caucus, whether it's the re-emergence of the Direct Action Network, we have seen that disabled people have taken up this challenge, and we are going to continue to claim spaces, make them our own, and make sure that our story is always told undiluted, and we are countering this harmful narrative which is exploiting our bodies and exploiting the planet. The legislation that has been brought in and is coming in the PCSC Act and in the Public Order Bill is a threat to everybody, but particularly for disabled people who have been out here and challenging these stories. And we are going to continue, and we are going to need your support. We are going to need your support online, but particularly we are going to need your support on the streets. So when DPAC joins with all these other groups, like they have this weekend, and like we will in this coming summer, please make sure that you are down here bodily and supporting us in spirit online. Share our stories, share our struggle, and share our solidarity. Solidarity, folks. Have a good weekend.